Hey guys, it's Tony Turner here again to discuss some experience design things with you. The first thing I want to talk about is cross-platform compatibility. With the advent of new technology like tablets and smartphones, software companies are able to put out software that is compatible across various platforms. So I'll show you one of those things. This is StudyBlue. It's a note card making app, and they have a full website and apps for various tablets, Android devices, and iPad devices. So I'll show you what it looks like on a smartphone and an Android device. This is a Samsung Replenish and an HTC Flyer. Okay, so that's what it looks like on those devices, and this is what it looks like on the full internet via my laptop um, on an LCD screen. So that's the homepage pre-sign in. I'll go ahead and sign in. Um, but as you see, it's pretty synced. One of the best things about StudyBlue is that when you input things, when you create note cards or create notes, or take quizzes or make review sheets with it, you'll be able to have it synced immediately across platforms. Um, so I'll show you some of the functionality of StudyBlue to begin with. I'll pull up some of the note cards that I created on my smartphone. So let's see. Now, this is what the screen looks like when you decide that you want to test yourself. Um, so as you see, you can decide on various things. The first thing you can decide on is how many cards you want to be tested on. There are various options there. So let's see. You can switch it to 10 if I like. The next thing is whether or not you want to test yourself with flashcards or create a review sheet. And the next thing is whether or not you want the cards or the review sheet items to be in the order in which you created the cards or shuffled. So I'll leave those selections and I'll hit study now. So this is what it looks like. Pretty good experience. With the touch screen, you can figure out whether or not you know the answer, and then you can hit this button here, which flips the card, and you get your answer, and then you can decide whether or not you got the answer right. And there's a bar here that tells you whether or not you got the answer right via colors. They'll be green or red, and as you progress through the cards, you can see just how well you've done, what kind of runs you've had, and how much you've progressed over time. So there, now see it's green. I'll go through and let's just say I get all of these right. Okay. And this is the screen that comes up. So it lets you know the percentage correct that you got, and in addition to that, it lets you know how much you've progressed in that particular subject. So it's very small here on the smartphone. So my progress here is 80%. So now I'll pull it up on the HTC device, and we'll do the same thing. Hold on. The first thing I want to show you is that the subject that I just studied is at the top. That's how fast it syncs across devices. So we'll go back to that. Same interface is on the smartphone. Alright, so let's decide we want to study 5 cards this time, shuffled. And there we go. So it's very, very similar to the smartphone. This time we'll get them all wrong. Okay, the filter's applied, and now it says we got 0% right. Alright, but as you see, the progress is now 77%. So the statistics are synced immediately as well. Alright, and it's similar on your laptop device or PC, Mac. So it's really good. It allows you to take your studying anywhere you want to take it, return home, and go back right to where you left off. One of the things that doesn't work very well in terms of cross-platform compatibility is trying to do things at the same time with different devices, or say having a colleague working on something at the same time as you. This functionality has come up very well in terms of using the same device, such as 2 PCs, to work on the same document. However, the functionality of using, say, your iPad and your colleague in a different state using their PC to work on the same document has not been developed very well. So I'll talk about one more thing today, and that is experience design in the assembly process. Lately, there have been a lot of human factors, notions, and ideas incorporated into the experience of using objects, especially digital products. But there are still products that are used that aren't digital, that are used very much, such as vacuum cleaners and chairs or anything like that. These things still use traditional ergonomic design principles. However, one thing that's not addressed very much, it seems, is the experience of assembling the products. So one example is when I put together an office chair, a manager's office chair. The directions were relatively clear, and it was pretty intuitive to begin with. However, many of the tools that were provided in order to put the chair together were not very well designed for the user. There was a curved screwdriver that was not very usable, and various other things. And I think companies will be able to increase their profit margin if they decide to incorporate experience design into the assembly process, user assembly process. So that's all I have today. And like I said before, remember, life is short, so experience deeply.